Hey guys,
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast.
Woohoo.
We're back in season 1. We're on episode 5. We both
Halfway
watched
through.
it. We know what's happening. Super quick, A&M Podcast Network. We plug it every time. We got Summer House. We got Vanderpump Rules. We got Winter House coming soon. I don't know the real name and I don't care. It's Forever Winter House.
It's like
Winter House Charm
Southern
Summer Charm.
No, Winter Charm.
Winter Charm. Summer House Winter Charm. That's it.
Yeah. Summer House Winter Charm. Yep.
Well, fuck it.
It's so dumb.
It's Winter House. Thank you. Also be sure to rate, subscribe, review this podcast. We have no new reviews. I don't think we have any ratings, even though few of you decided to not give us 5-star ratings, so now we're 4 out of 5. If we could get that back up to 4.5 out of 5, that'd be great.
I don't like that. I'm going to check.
Yeah, it's like no joke. Also Instagram at Vanderpasta, follow it. I haven't posted recently. That's my bad. I did maybe post a story. Sometimes I get bored. I haven't been bored at work lately. But I'll get back on that. And then Patreon.
But there's been great things going on in the DMs. Lots of combos.
Yes.
That's where all your time is going.
That's
the DMs.
where I'm in the DMs. Yep. You're right. Slide into my DMs, you guys. But okay, what else? The Patreon. Slide into our Patreon too. Let me tell you what you can get. It's patreon.com/Vanderpasta for $1 a month. You get access to all of our pre-shows where Meredith and I talk about everything. Listen to my love life, everyone. It's fucking worth it. Thanks. Also, you get access to our episodes that we record early. So this episode is still recorded in May. You're probably going to get it in June or July.
Who knows anymore?
Probably
I can't keep
July.
Up with the summer, and
Happy
we're just
July
at the start
4th.
of it. Maybe.
Happy July 4th.
Happy Memorial Day. That's today.
That's today. You're somewhere else.
Happy
could have gotten this
America, earlier. Summer, warmth, end of the pandemic.
That kind
Happy
of stuff.
all of it.
Happy it all. So then for $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus you get access to our after show, which is where we do spoilers and news and anything Bravo we want to talk about from now on, because Bravo's mixing and matching and we love it. Also, we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Jackie, Dustin, Mariah, Tracy, and Kristen. Woo!
Our all-star group.
$5 a month. You get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get to ask us questions for our live shows. So there's not currently a live show we're doing. Eventually, there'll be Winter House.
It's going to be Fast and Furious this fall. So now is the time to sign up so you are ready for it.
Winter House is coming because winter is Game of Thrones. Winter House is coming.
Vanderpump Rules season 9 is coming.
Vanderpump Rules is coming. I'll be asking for your thoughts and we'll read them on the podcast. Also, we'll pick a patron of the episode. Man, I forgot again. I gotta write down who I usually do, but I think I'm just gonna pick one out of the hat. This is when we'll start over. We're starting over with our rotation. I'm gonna pick Jackie. I don't know if I've picked Jackie recently, but I'm gonna tell you.
Dustin last time, so I think Jackie is perfect.
That's perfect because let me tell you. Jackie commented a bunch on our episode.
Ooh, so, she did.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up her comments. Give me 1 second. Oh, actually, Jackie also very nice. So Kristen said, maybe late nights. Why my husband is the future trader? Oh, well, whatever. Jackie has, hang on, this is not good television. I can't find her comments. I'll find them for later.
This isn't television.
Here. Okay, Jackie says, remember when someone texted Everett from work? Jackie said, yes. Girl from work texts my husband. No. Sharing numbers on Facebook or Instagram messages? No. Trust me, ladies, as someone in their 30s, I've learned from experience. Jackie, we know nothing. We've never been married or in that serious of relationship.
Okay, for me, I think it all depends what it is, like you're talking about. Because there's no way you're not going to share numbers with people at work. Like, when Alicia and I worked together, I used to travel for work. Like, you got to have some people's numbers. So it depends on what's going on.
I guess. But she also loves the twins and their body positivity. And she wrote this and it made me laugh because this is also us. When Lauren was on the date with Carl, her yogurt bowl was overflowing and she's like, totally me.
I didn't notice that.
Also,
love
quick shout out to Kristen. She thinks Kyle's a great guy by the bromance with Steven. But now we get a bromance with Carl. I see
what you're saying now. Okay. I was like, no, it's Carl.
Back in the day. Also, let's mix it up. That's it. Sorry. Mix it up time. Guys, I have Loverboy lemon iced tea kissed with ginger that I'm going to try today in review. Yeah, Meredith has not tried this one.
I have not tried this one. I did try, which I talked about on our pre-show, the hibiscus one, and then the
Give a quick overview. Quick overview of your.
I'm not a big tea person. Hibiscus tea, best one.
Okay, let's try the lemon.
It's the yellow can one.
Kind of smells like Bud Light.
Stop. I'm
upset already. Okay, here we go. No.
Very gingery.
No, it's just not good. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Oh God.
Bad. I don't hate it. It does it has the aftertaste of tea. I think smelling it fucked me up because now I'm picturing Bud Light.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like beer. Like if we're gonna be kind of honest, it does. I think the ginger mixed with the tea, it kind of tastes like beer to me,
but just less heavy.
And like it's definitely not heavy. It tastes like a sweet beer, and not a cider.
Weird.
I'm sad. I'm so sorry.
So what we learned is the dark pink hibiscus flavor is the one you should get.
I'm going to get that one and I'll rate it on the next podcast maybe. But damn, I bought a whole fucking thing of these.
Just 4. Are there 6?
6. I got to do 6 of these.
Maybe you can make like a sangria with it. That's what we always say about bad wine.
Maybe it's the ginger I just don't like. It's not the best. It's more tea though, I will say. If you don't like tea, this probably is not for you. All right, well, let's dive in. I'll be winners. Okay. First, I sent Meredith this and I just want everyone to know. We saw Kyle with bird dogs on this show. And I said, who the hell would buy those? I was so confused. And you know what? This is no joke. On Instagram, there was an ad I then got.
Alicia got an ad that Kyle was doing.
Kyle was doing the bird dog ad. And I can't believe he's still involved with bird dogs.
Well, he may just be getting paid by then.
I mean, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like also I read somewhere that guys were really into the bird dogs. But I don't know where I read that. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, so that's it. Okay.
Previously
on Summer House. We are halfway through the summer. We're going through lots of rosé. Kyle and Amanda are still sleeping together, even though they broke up twice. Carl took another girl to a wedding and Lauren found out, but Lauren is still into him, but he's really not into Lauren. Cristina and Lindsay got into a huge argument at this party, and Lindsay said that Cristina was fired from her job, and Cristina was pissed because now Lindsay's coming after her reputation, and Lindsay's also very drunk and very mad. So just a mess. They're all a mess.
Oh,
Let's
God.
start. We're at Saturday night at 11 p.m. We've been at this party forever. We're driving back to the house. It's Lindsay, Ashley, Kyle, and Everett in a car, all hammered. Lindsay's talking about her nipples and how they're only for Everett, and Everett's laughing, and he's like, he calls her a geek, and Lindsay gets mad and kind of like slaps-ish.
It just like hits him, but it's like kind of a slap. Yeah,
it's meant to be. I think
hitting is not cool, but this wasn't really a hit. It was a drunk like.
Okay, he was joking, and I think the hit was supposed to be joking, but Lindsay then actually got mad.
Yes.
At Everett for saying that she was a geek. Is all I'm saying. Listen, I don't think a geek is the worst thing you can be called. I probably would laugh. I'd be like, haha, I'm a geek. Like, I don't know. Great. But then Everett gets mad that Lindsay put her hands on him, which I get now. Like drunkenly, I'd be like, "Why the fuck you touch me?"
Yeah, it was just like, whoa, let's calm down here.
So then Everett is so mad, and he throws his water bottle at her, which was empty, so it did nothing. But just so everyone knows, he did retaliate with a piece of plastic. So we're back at the house. Lindsay and Everett are in the kitchen with Ashley and Kyle, and they are drunk fighting. They cannot communicate. Everett says he will not put up with her horse shit any longer, which...
Here's the thing. I think if Ashley had never said anything, they wouldn't be mad at each other for the things they just did. But because somebody else draws attention to that's not cool, they're like, you're right. That isn't cool.
That's not cool.
What the heck?
It wasn't a mess. I think Ashley goes like, guys, just relax. And Everett's like, we will not relax. And I was like, this dude sucks. So no one's relaxing. Everyone's just pissed. Everett then yells, goodbye, Lindsay. And Lindsay doesn't give a fuck. She goes to bed.
I'm happy she actually goes to bed. Lindsay. This was probably the best thing.
She doesn't give a fuck. Carl and Steven are back. So I'm assuming Lauren and Cristina.
Well, Carl stayed home because he wasn't feeling good.
No, he was at the party. Remember?
Oh, you're right. It was the day prior or something.
He was sitting by himself, and he was a bitch
you're
about
right.
Okay. Yeah. So Carl and Steven then are like in Carl's room talking about the events of last night or of tonight of like Lindsay and Everett fighting, and Kyle can't communicate because he can't speak English when he's drunk, which we love.
Hammered.
Christina's back, and she tells Ashley that Lindsay said she was fired, and Kyle then starts apologizing to Cristina. He's so hammered. She's like,
he's apologizing. He's just like, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just want to let you know I'm sorry.
He stops the whole conversation. He's like, Cristina, I'm sorry.
Listen, I really want you to know.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So Carl's over it. He is going to head out tonight, sober and annoyed. And now Steven is also going to go out. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Everett is now in the kitchen yelling at Cristina about the interns. So he just kind of broke up with Lindsay, but still's going to fight her battle for her.
Oh, yeah. And because Christina's like, why do you care? This doesn't have anything to do with you. And he's like, I'm defending my girlfriend. And of course, Kyle's like,
what girlfriend?
Yeah, you guys hate each other. But if there's a fight that he can fight, not if Everett is willing to fight with Lindsay and for Lindsay all at the same time.
Also, so Everett's like, Cristina, you're not even working. And Christina's like, what the fuck, Everett? I am working. What have I ever done for you? Silence. And then Everett responds with nothing. And I was like, why are we arguing?
Exactly. This is so dumb. This is a roommate fight. And Everett, I know you're basically a roommate because you're there all the time, but stay out of it.
Shut the fuck up. So Carl comes downstairs and tells everyone he's going to go out. And Christina's like, oh, great. Kyle and I want to go out. Should we all get a car together? And Carl's like, I'm just going to do my own thing. Yeah. Goodbye. It's time for an away game.
I want some space. And
I get it.
Christina's like, okay.
She's not offended. She's not going to start a fight about it. Her and Kyle will do their own thing. So it's 10 a.m. Sunday. Everyone starts to emerge. Cristina has her own bed for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Where did that bed come from? Whose bed is that?
I think that's Jacqueline's bed, usually.
Is it?
Because Jacqueline was in that room last time.
Okay.
But also, if Jacqueline isn't one of the main renters, I think, because we learn it's the twins, Lindsay, Steven, which Steven appears to not have his own bed, and he's like a main renter, and Kyle.
Yeah.
So I don't know where.
And Lindsay. Wait, no.
Lindsay.
Lindsay was in a meeting.
Lindsay's a renter. Everett's not.
Okay.
So Everett's probably just a guest, what they consider. Yeah. So I do want to know what is happening. Like, why can't, if Steven's paying this much, why doesn't he have this bet? I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm even more confused after that.
Also, Everett and Lindsay are cuddling. We get a shot of them cuddling, wrapped into each other.
Yeah.
Like a fucking pretzel, these two. So now it's 11:02. Carl's back. Christina's chilling by the pool. Steven's looking for Carl because last night Steven dropped Carl off at his own party. And then didn't see him again. So they didn't shack up together, which is good to know. And then Christina vents to Steven about Lindsay, which was fine. Then, like, the producers produced this. We get a shot of Lindsay and Everett making out. So it's almost like
nothing happened.
If we have a common enemy in Cristina, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess our relationship works when we hate Cristina.
My favorite is still Cristina venting by the pool, and Steven does not give a single fuck. He's eating his banana and peas.
But even when he tries to interject and like make comments, she doesn't let him. So he just starts, he just starts eating. And it's just like,
Never.
Yeah.
He's zoned her out. He's thinking about Carl. The twins are getting ready. Ashley's going back to California to see Brad, and then she's going to fly back with the whole family because her whole family's coming back to the Hamptons. Kyle comes in, and somehow these three, like the loudest, biggest personalities, have like not gotten in a fight.
Yep,
so they're all
talking
page. About how what a mess this is. And then we get a quick, while they're talking about Lindsay and Everett, we get a shot of Lindsay and Everett, and Lindsay has this big ass mark on her thigh, and I don't know if it's a bruise or a tattoo.
Okay, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh my God, that sucks. That's a terrible bruise. And then I was like, wait a minute. That's a weird bruise.
It is like, I don't know if it's a tattoo or...
It looked way too dark. There's no like good blue or yellow in it.
Also, I feel like, listen, not to give spoilers, but I've followed Lindsay for 5 years and I have never seen a thigh tattoo. So I think it might be a bruise.
I thought it was a tattoo, but I've never seen it before. That's what made me think it was a bruise.
I know, but I feel like we'd know. I don't know. I got to do some major creeping. And then we're getting ready for this wine tasting. Ashley's going to bring her luggage because she's going to leave straight from there. Steven, we find out, got turned last night, and Carl went to a friend's house, and everyone acts like nothing happened and we're all perfectly fine. Even though Everett keeps throwing jabs at Cristina. Other than that.
Well, somehow we can get over the Lindsay fight, but we can't get over a fight we're not really in with Cristina.
No, yes. Everett likes to not make sense. That's kind of his MO. So now it's 2 p.m. We are at the Duck Walk and we're having a Sunday fun day. So Lindsay decides to act like everything's okay. Cristina, on the other hand, is not having any of it. She decides to talk to Lindsay. And Cristina just basically says what Lindsay said was below the belt last night. And this is where Lindsay's like, oh, whatever, you were let go. And Christina's like, no, I quit. To which Lindsay then is like, it's not a big deal. Fired, let go, quit. They're all the same. And I want to be like, no, they're not.
Especially when it comes to your reputation and something like this. Like, you were saying it on camera, and she is someone who is in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I was like, girl, get your facts checked. That's not the same. But Lindsay doesn't know what the big deal is. How could it impact Christina's job? They're all the same thing. You leave a job, you leave a job. That's it, I guess.
Which, like, I get. Like, I get the you leave a job, you leave a job. Like, you're doing fine. If she would have said, like, she's doing fine, no matter how you left the job, like, you're doing great, I could give her a better pass. But Lindsay's not being supportive and doesn't give a shit that there is a difference between the three.
And what's ironic is Lindsay then tells Cristina that Christina's a bad friend for not supporting Lindsay because her interns couldn't come work from
Which
their
I like how Cristina
apartment.
goes, how am I not being supportive? Because I want to let your interns come for one day.
Yeah, and then Christina's like, I was gonna let you, but guess what? Not anymore.
Because I was gonna let you tomorrow, but not happening anymore.
I don't like that move as much. I would have just been like, well, they're not coming over. I'm still not allowing it. This was almost like, well, I was gonna let you, but
tit for tat.
tit for tat. I'm not a big fan. But do I think Lindsay deserved it? Yes, indeed.
Oh, absolutely.
But then Lindsay, to tat back, says that Cristina is not invited next weekend because Christina's a guest and her name is not on the lease. And this is where we find out only 5 people can be on the lease. So those are the main renters.
Do we think they pay more?
I would think they'd pay more to have a bed and probably be able to bring their friends.
But this seems like Cristina really doesn't pay.
I would think Cristina probably...
You pay for when you're there, I guess.
Pays for when she's there.
So if you're uninvited, it's not like she's paid money for,
I'm sure,
maybe next weekend if she's being uninvited.
Yeah. And she probably is kind of like, we have this for 3 months, let's say. That's a summer. You pay rent probably for the house weekly, I would assume, or maybe monthly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But I think Cristina would have to be like, I'm coming 3 out of 4 weekends. And to be like, okay, this is your cut then so when you come, this is what you have to pay, I would assume. And if not, we'll cover. Then if she doesn't come, the renters then will cover that portion,
cover the rest.
I would assume.
Okay, that would make sense to me. So it's not like she's upfront paid $600 a month and is being uninvited. Because I was like, that's a bitchy move. I'd be pissed if people pulled that to me.
Sorry, I paid.
Yes, because if only 5 people could be on the lease just because of logistics, I understand that. But that doesn't mean you get to tell those other people not to come.
Yeah. I would assume the renters are the ones that, have to pay anything.
Have more control.
More control. Get to bring their friends. Because we know, like, Kyle invited Carl and Lindsay invited Everett. And, like, Lindsay invited Steven and Cristina to this house and whatever. But I would assume, if Cristina decides, like, that one week she was like, I can't for work, I think the renters would have had to be like, okay, we'll pay this portion of Christina's.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or we find someone to come for, like, the weekend. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. So it is now 3 p.m. We've only been here an hour and already we're fucking dying.
It's just terrible.
Lindsay calls a house renters meeting. Steven, Lauren, Ashley, Kyle, Lindsay. And Carl immediately is like, goodbye.
He's like, all I wanted to do is fucking eat my cheese plate. I'm not drinking. He picks up the whole table.
He's like, goodbye.
To another table.
And Cristina gets kicked out of the meeting too, even though it's about her.
Okay, this was dumb of her because now she looks like petty. If they're gonna have a whole renters meeting about you, why are you making yourself even more petty?
Just leave. So Lindsay explains the personal drama and says Christina's causing negativity and she shouldn't be able to come next weekend. And Kyle says that he gets that there's personal shit, but it's hard when you throw someone's career under the bus, and that's kind of what Lindsay's doing.
Yes.
To which then Lindsay's like, no, you're incorrect. That's not what happened. And Kyle's like, okay, what the fuck? Steven says he does not care about the fight. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a
because Lindsay tries to start going into a lot of detail about like, well, she did this, so then I did this. Well, she did the whole tit for tat.
Steven's like, shut up. It does not matter. Talking.
It really,
Steven doesn't care, but Cristina hasn't done anything to the extent of you're not allowed back to our summer house. Like everyone else here is still friends with Cristina, it seems like, right? Like, so she
hasn't. I think what he's trying to say is like you two are having an issue, but she hasn't done something to the house where she would need to leave.
She's our summer guest, and if she wants to come, she's welcome to come.
Yep. Just because you two are having personal drama does not mean get her kicked out of the house. Because if that was true, then wouldn't you and Everett kick each other out every time you're drunk?
All the time. Speaking of Everett, he has joined Kyle on the side where the non-renters are, and Everett is like, can you fucking believe, Cristina, this sucks? And again, Carl is like, this is my nightmare. I
just want to eat my cheese. I just want to eat my cheese in peace.
And then Cristina rolls in and she's like, hey Everett, you remember yelling at me last night? And Everett's like, yeah. And then Christina's like, you gonna apologize? And Everett goes, no. To which then Carl again picks up his cheese plate and fucking he's like, he's so like, done.
I don't want to be a part of this. I'm out.
I would be Carl in this situation.
I don't think I would have left in the Everett Cristina part yet.
No, I'm over it. But
I guess since he can't drink,
especially if it's Everett, I know Everett's not gonna do any. Like this man boils my blood.
Yeah. Like, fuck off, everyone.
So basically, the renters decide like, we can't vote on something that's not our problem. It's like when boyfriends and girlfriends get into fights, it's not our thing. So Cristina is welcome to come back. Cristina and Everett just literally stand up and start arguing in the middle of this fucking winery to the point that the renters then look over and they're like, the fuck is happening over there? And it's basically just like, Everett's not going to apologize and Christina's very unhappy and the interns can't come to her apartment and Everett doesn't understand why.
But thank God the time has come and Ashley has to leave.
Ashley's out.
Exit this scenario.
That was my favorite. She's like, Saved by the Bell. Goodbye. I'm out.
Yeah. Never been more happy to have to leave.
And Lindsay comes over to the Everett Cristina fight. And again, they hash out the same issues about the interns and the career and everything. Lindsay finally apologizes. She said it wasn't meant to be a cheap shot, saying that she was fired or something else or whatever. Lindsay's basically just trying to like shove it down. I think she lost the renters meeting. So she's like, I got to stop this drama because I can't escape it. So I just want to like get rid of it.
Well, she lives with her full time, weekdays, weekends. It's like, okay, fine. I'll say that. I'm sorry for saying that. And then she's in Lindsay's mind, it's like, we're good.
Yeah. But Christina's like, we'll move on for now kind of thing. Like there's still underlying issues. Yeah. So, what's going on? Oh, Kyle is done. He's going to go frolic through the vineyard, which was so cute. My little Kyle loves the frolic.
I love it. What was he saying in Everett's home video?
Oh, I don't know.
It was like, all these grapes are going to be in people's like bellies soon.
He's so cute. Stephen and Lauren then sit down to talk. And Lauren says it doesn't seem like Stephen and Carl want to be a part of the house. And Stephen's like, we do, but just not last night. Last night was a little too much.
Like there's so much drama going on. We're not trying to like exclude ourselves or make ourselves different, but we just click and we don't want to be around like this stuff.
Yeah, and Lauren says she feels like they have a boys club and doesn't like feeling like she's excluded because they all decided to do a summer house together. And so when they dip out, this is Lauren being jealous that she wasn't hanging out with Carl.
I agree, but I like how like she's talking calm and she's like, listen, and I think this is kind of spurred by Carl last night saying like, I don't want to be around this. No, like nobody can come out with me. Yeah. But then him and Steven go out. It's like, listen, we're all supposed to be friends and we're all supposed to be in this together. I think she's also a little frustrated that she has to deal with this drama and she doesn't get to hang out with Carl.
Yeah, she doesn't get what she really wants, which is Carl. Mm-hmm. And Steven, I think Steven had a good point. He's like, I've only known you for 5 weeks. Like, we're not close friends. And we only hang out weekends. Yeah. Which, like, I get. Steven doesn't really owe her anything. Like, he's renting this house. He's paying. He's living here. But, like, if he wants to go do his
own
thing.
And he's spending time there. He's doing things. It's
not like he disappeared.
I love you. We're not trying to have a boys club, but we're not that close also. Yeah. Let's actually look at the scenario.
So then Carl, to make just things worse, he comes right in and he's like, hey, Steven, you want to go on a walk?
Oh, I was like, worst timing ever. This was a bad time.
It was just a bad time. So then they go on a walk and Carl said he knew Steven needed saving, to which I was like, oh, I get it. But it made you look bad. It did.
Because Lauren is saying like, you guys are basically being a boys club and like, you're not hanging out with the group. And then it's like, hey, can we just go hang out alone?
Can we do our boys club thing?
Because he just asked Steven to go for a walk. He didn't say, hey, I'm going to go for a walk. Who wants to come?
And he literally goes, bye, Lauren, we'll be back. And I was like,
I was like, oh God.
Also, Lauren wanted to go on that walk, that romantic winery walk with.
It's sad Carl. She like can't see. This is what happens when you like someone though. And like when one person really likes the other and the other doesn't really have the same level of feelings.
She's so believe.
She can't see the like signals that he doesn't want to hang out with her.
So Lauren goes in to everyone else. So I think it's Kyle, Cristina, Lindsay, Everett, and Lauren are the ones that are left. And she's basically like, yeah, whatever. They're in their boys club, but let's talk about how we're a group. We're all friends at the end of the day. We're an OG group. Everett apologizes to Cristina. We cheers to friendship because it is. This group seems like the solid kind of.
They say they're the foundation, which they are the foundation of the house. But it's kind of funny. Again, we are united by being against other people.
Yeah.
We're mainly, like, fuck them.
For right now, it's Carl and Steven because they're even making plans to hang out at a gay bar tomorrow night.
Yeah. They like clearly don't actually be that involved with this friend group. So the OG friend group is kind of a little dissed and being a little pissed off. They're like, we're the friends. Let's remember that. It's us against the world.
Fuck those two in the vineyard right now. We're going to murder them. No, kind of. So now it's Sunday night. Kyle had a full day of wine drinking. So what do? We call Amanda. And he's like, I'm sitting here like, no, he's got to stop. And then she agrees to come over. I'm like, no, she's got to stop. They both.
The best is he goes, hey, it's really lame over here. Will you come over? We'll figure it out. I'm like,
yeah, that gets me in the door. Thank you.
Yeah. If it's not popping, if it's not fun, I don't want to be there.
Hey, it's super lame. Just come over. Okay. So Amanda's here. She's here with a new haircut, which was funded by Rose and Scissors. To which Kyle's like, really? And she goes, yep.
Yep. I prefer the longer hair on her, but I get it. I love the moment. It's funny.
Amanda
got a full bag. We're again prepared to spend the night.
Yeah. So Kyle says he knows it's Amanda's last night, which means Amanda's done renting in the Hamptons for the summer. This is it for her.
Yep.
And he says, like, I know you probably want to go out and see your friends. And Amanda's kind of like, oh, don't worry about it. She obviously wants to spend time with Kyle.
Yes.
But she is like, don't worry about my friends.
Yeah. Yes. They're good. They're fine with it. They understand.
That's code for like, I'd rather be with you because I'm in love with you. Yeah. I love you. So Kyle again reiterates in his head that he doesn't want Amanda to be hurt, but he still can't commit. Why? We still haven't really gotten a good reason at this point because he keeps calling her.
You're supposed to be single in the summer.
Summer, baby. He watches Everett and he's like, this is why I'm single. This is it.
Well, I mean, honestly, if I was in that house, I'd be like, singles is where to be, except for you don't date in the house.
Don't date in the house.
You don't have anybody hook up within the house. You hook up with anybody outside of the house, whether it's your girlfriend or not your girlfriend or anything. Number one rule, don't sleep with anyone in the house.
But Amanda says she looks at Kyle and says she doesn't expect anything. So Kyle shouldn't feel any pressure. We'll figure it out. And Kyle says,
like, okay. You can tell he's torn. I think she's trying to play the cool girl.
Trying to be cool. And he knows. I think they both know. They're both like, we love each other, but then they're both like, it's cool. We're just like,
it's summer. We're going to have fun. Yeah.
We're not a couple. But then they kiss and hug like a couple.
I know.
Like they seal it with a cute little like peck.
I think Amanda can see he cares and thinks he's not going to do anything with anyone else because he cares about her. But he's like, I really care about her. I don't want to hurt her because I'm going to do something with someone else.
Yes. And I think both are stupid. They should probably just date.
It's so
like both of this, I'm like, stop it. Whatever. It is 10:08 p.m. Lauren's gonna go into the pool, but Carl's in her bed. Let me tell you why. He is sober. No, yes, he is sober. Yeah. He's not really feeling it. He just wants to have a good night's sleep.
He's exhausted. Yeah.
The twins have the best bathroom or the best bedroom. Ashley's gone. He's gonna sleep in the bed.
He's like, I'm gonna take a little nap. I'm gonna sleep here.
For everyone else, it is hot tub time. We have the couples, Amanda, Kyle, Everett, Lindsay, and then Lauren's there because her other half is sleeping. I love, they're just hammered. I love are we working tomorrow?
Yeah. It sounds like, I literally was like, it sounds like it's going to be a sick day.
what? Everett goes, I leave in 5 hours. And I was like, listen, I understand a Sunday fun day, but sometimes it's not worth it.
This is too late.
This
is 10 p.m. is where you should definitely cut it off if somehow you were still Sunday fun daying it.
Yes. If we were out doing something, then fine, I'll push myself. We are just in our house. Our beds are maybe 10 feet away.
Why are we doing this? This isn't that fun.
Not that fun. Amanda takes her tits out. That was fun. Yeah. Steven's packing. He's out. He's going to leave.
He's like, oh my God. Well, he said once the boobs start coming out, I'm gone.
He's out too. Yeah. Lauren then also frees her tits. When Ashley's away, Lauren will play. And she's like, she looks at everyone and she's like, I'm going to go in my room and surprise Kyle with my boobs. And everyone's Carl with my boobs. And everyone's like, do it. So she walks in.
You look around and there's all the couples and she's like, I want my boy.
I just love how everyone else was like, this is a good idea. Do it. So she hobbles into her room and she wakes Carl up from his sleep. Fully.
You're sleeping? I hate when people ask if you're sleeping.
Are you sleeping?
You're sleeping? I was trying to.
Are you sleeping? I guess. So
not anymore, bitch.
Fully wakes him up. And he like, when you wake up, like someone wakes you up, you're like kind of half there and you're like, what?
Well, it's like bright. Your eyes are squinting.
Especially if you see boobs, you're like, what? And she's like, my boobs are out. And he's like, great.
Okay.
Love to see it. And she's like, wait.
You're still gonna sleep? Yeah.
You're still sleeping?
He's like, I'm tired.
I'm like, I was literally in my sleep. To then she goes, I'm gonna come to bed nude. And he's like, whatever.
Okay.
And she doesn't understand why like naked her doesn't wake him up. I get it. If I'm asleep, don't wake me up because I'm just gonna want to go back to sleep.
Yes. Which is also she's drunk and he is so sober.
It's not fun.
We are not on the same level, sobriety wise, level of excitement and happiness wise. Emotional wise, like she is in and he is not. He is on all fronts.
This is again that Amanda moment. Kyle wakes her up, says there's a taxi outside, and from her slumber, she heads over. No, Carl's me, like, great. If I saw a penis, I'd be like, fantastic, goodbye. I'm going to bed.
I'm sleeping.
I can't. So it's bedtime. Amanda and Kyle do a quick hookup again. So now it is 4:15 a.m. Monday morning. Lindsay and Everett head back. Was it worth it?
Why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? I don't know if
it was, and Lindsay's like, you're gonna have to go back straight to work. And Everett's like, got it. Thanks.
I know.
Thanks. No shit, Sherlock. Kyle wakes up with Amanda next to him. And he's like, there's no one he'd rather be with. He loves waking up to Amanda. But he still wants to be single. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I need more of an explanation. I need like Everett to sit down with him and be like, dude, why do you want to be single so bad?
So you know how Ashley almost did it, where she's like, why won't you just commit to her? And he's like, because I want to be single. And she's like, then why do you keep calling her? She was like, but you need it with a dude.
Go be single or be with Amanda, but you can't do both.
And he tried. He chose to break up with her, but then you know what? If Ashley was here, she would have held him into his shit.
Yeah, that's true. Ashley keeps everyone in line. Yep.
So now we do our city montage. Oh, wait. We do a quick trip to California, to San Diego.
Oh, getting that In-N-Out burger. I get it. I am on the train with Brad and Ashley.
Listen, though, their fries are shit. I don't care. In-N-Out has the worst fucking French fries.
They do. I've never had them warm. Because they're always fucking cold.
I always get the French fries thinking they'll be better.
Yeah.
And they're not.
They'll be nice and crispy. No.
Just get a burger. That's it. That's all you need.
Yep.
Okay, back to New York. Carl comes to the gay club to meet Steven.
Oh, we got the shirtless bartenders. We got to get a manly drink. Because we can't do Cosmos. Got to make sure people know who he is.
He's straight, everyone. Just so you know, because he's drinking like a vodka soda lime.
Yep. Tito's straight and soda, guys. Please.
Straight boys. Carl's going to be a great wingman because he doesn't want any of the dudes that he's going to hook Steven up with.
True.
But then we find out Steven's boyfriend. We got to talk about Steven's boyfriend.
Finally, we get information on this because he's been saying comments about being in an intercontinental relationship.
We finally get it.
Yeah.
We get it now. So the guy he really cares about, he met 6 years ago at this crappy hotel bar. But the guy lives in Europe. So it's been a 6-year saga. Steven does love him. I know 6 years is ask me one time I've committed to anything for 6 years. College was only 4 years. Like, my God.
I was about to say.
So Steven does love him, but the boyfriend is from a high profile political family, so it makes it very hard to be in an openly gay relationship. So his boyfriend actually isn't out yet, and Steven doesn't know if he can keep doing this. And Carl, because Carl is just the manliest man, he understands because he's been in a long distance relationship for a year, so he totally gets Steven's position.
Here's the thing. I think it is just wild that Steven is like, and I'm putting in quotes, dating someone from some famous family, and the guy's not out. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
I know.
And it doesn't really seem like he sees this person if they're not out. I'm confused also, even more.
Fuck Carl. 1 year and 6 years are very different. Also, whoever Carl dated probably was out to their family that they were straight. So I don't know why the fuck he's like, I get it, Steven. It's fucking hard. It's not, Carl. Shut the fuck up. Keep drinking your Tito's soda lime. No one cares. But tis fine. He's trying to be supportive. But Steven knows he'll eventually have to let this go. But Steven then asks Carl about Lauren. Carl thinks Lauren's great, but Lauren doesn't communicate with Carl the way Carl wants to be communicated with. He's intimidated. He's not used to strong women. So that's fine. He'd prefer a timid girl that doesn't know what she wants.
I guess this was just so weird because it made it seem like being confident in an independent woman was such a bad thing.
Well, we are both let's be honest in this. We are very similar to Lauren in a relationship where we're like, we know what we want and we'll get it if we want it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We're not as weird and annoying, but we're there. We're confident, we're independent. Fuck you, Carl. Looks like you're not gonna date me.
Fuck you, Carl. Go just sleep with whatever doesn't, I guess, talk back to you.
Timid girl that can't make
whoever doesn't bring their boobs to you while you're sleeping.
Fuck you. So on Wednesday, we're at Cristina and Lindsay's apartment. And they're both working from home. And then Lindsay turns to Cristina and goes, hey, in a few minutes, the interns will be here. And Christina's like, what the fuck? I said no.
I would be pissed. I'd be livid. She was like, what gave you the idea that you could invite them over here? I told you I didn't want that.
And Lindsay's like, well, I need a place to work, so screw your opinion. And then Katie's here, the third roommate. And Cristina and Lindsay both explain their points. And Katie's like, hey, can you guys please try and communicate? Because my brain's going to melt listening to this. But that's put on pause because Lindsay has to go get the interns because they're here. So
there's a lot of them.
There's 4 interns and like 3? Another worker, I think. Because she keeps calling her like Bridget and the interns.
Yeah.
So they all come in. Christina's trying to work. And I get this. Hub House employees keep talking. You lose your whole train of thought. That's the thing.
If you're going to be in our living room, you are working quietly. We're not going to have this isn't a conference room.
No. And so Lindsay then is basically like, because now they're talking, right? They're all talking out loud. So Cristina puts her 2 cents in because she's sitting there just listening. And then Lindsay gets mad that Cristina puts her 2 cents in because why? Lindsay's exact words were, I don't know why Christina's interrupting me.
Yeah.
No. Ugh. So then, also we find out, this was a great point. Lindsay left her old PR company because she was working with her
ex-boyfriend.
That makes so much more sense.
God.
I don't know why people keep holding back details on us.
I don't either. This is a very important detail, and I want to know who the ex-boyfriend is.
I get it now. Also, how long? Because it sounds like she just separated from her old PR company, but she just started dating Everett. So how long ago did her and her ex break up?
So this seems kind of sudden. Like, when did you think you? Also, wait, I have a lot of questions actually.
I know.
Did you create the company first or like
Date.
they
Were you
dated first and
dating?
then created the company?
No, I have no idea. Is that what happened? Were they working together? Maybe they were
I feel like they
friends
had to have worked together and then create the company.
and then date.
What person creates a company with their boyfriends? Like, if it's boyfriend first, then work?
I don't know. Who does it? I don't know. I wouldn't, just because I would make sure I got a ring first, so then we could put in a prenup how this company is going to be divided. So whatever. So Christina's here. Lindsay hates it. Cristina eventually is like, I'm gonna go to my room to work. And Lindsay yells after her, thanks for letting us use the living room. Which isn't what happened.
Yep. I literally like so I like love that she's like, I'm gonna go work in my office. It's like a little warm in here.
Yeah, like, she's like trying to be cool about it, but no.
Oh, and it's like, thanks so much. Like, it's would you feel comfortable going to your boss's apartment to work for the day?
Especially if I was an intern? No. And then Cristina says that she's dealing with Everett and Lindsay fighting on weekends, and now the intern's here during the week, and it sounds like it's Lindsay's world and we're just living in it, and I don't like that because I wouldn't want to do it. I get it.
Yep.
Okay, so I would just like to say, I remember the first time watching this, I was in college maybe, and I was like, oh, Christina's being such a bitch, not letting Lindsay come over. I get this now. After living in an apartment with roommates and actually working a full-time job, I get this to a T. Fuck you, Lindsay. Fuck you. Especially the boyfriend thing too. I gotta listen to you guys fight, and then you're gonna take my apartment during the week.
And then I'm with you on the weekend. It's like basically we have to live together, work together, summer house together, and you're being a bitch.
And you're being a bitch. Just all of it. So Friday, time to go back to the Hamptons. The twins are out sitting by the beach. It's 5:30. Everyone shows up because we're gonna do a bonfire. Jacqueline's back from Greece, and her ass is like,
I didn't realize she was going to Greece. Did they say that?
No, didn't realize she was going to Greece. And then they're like, how was Greece? She's like, good, but I had major FOMO. And I was like, you missed being in the Hamptons. You were in Greece.
Maybe it was a work trip where it wasn't as like fun.
A fit model, maybe. I mean, but like,
who the fucking Greece needs her specifically? I don't know. I feel like this is the one downside to like first seasons is there's like you don't have a lot of the background information, you know?
Also, even if I am going to Greece for work, I'd still rather be in Greece than in 100%. The Hamptons.
Give me to Greece right now.
Yeah,
give me to Greece right now.
Bye. So I hate people who are like, oh, I went on this awesome vacation, but I missed you guys. I don't miss you guys. If I'm on an awesome vacation, I miss no one. Sorry.
Yep.
Kyle's not here though. He is a family reunion, and we quickly meet Jane, Kyle's mom. Hey, Jane.
That video. This is Kyle's shirt from 1992.
These are my neon shorts in the same year. Cristina though was really bummed about Kyle not being here because he really had her back last weekend. So prayers that nothing happens.
Yep.
Carl feels better. He's getting his tonsils out over the fall. We find out Jacqueline
so happy. Lauren with we're just so happy you're feeling better.
Jacqueline did not get laid in Greece.
Didn't even hold a boy's hand.
Didn't even think she would though. I didn't think that wasn't my first thought in Greece.
What was the premise of the trip? Like, why are we doing this? Are we just hooking up with anyone we see? What
was happening? Ashley loved going home to see Brad, but she's scared to leave New York, and she's ready to just go crazy these last few weeks.
We're going off.
But not tonight. Not tonight, though, because the twins are going to go to dinner with their family, and then they'll meet everyone back at the house.
Yes.
So they leave, and then Carl's like, Jacqueline, you really didn't hold a hand in Greece? And Jacqueline's like, no, I didn't. And he's like,
let's waffle.
Let's waffle. Hold my hand. This is such a weird, Meredith, next time you go on a trip, when you come back, I'm going to go, did you hold anyone's hand?
Wait, I don't understand why Carl's like, let's hold hands. They have not been that flirty, and holding hands sitting at the beach at a bonfire with all your friends is weird. If you were at a
Weird.
bar one-on-one talking and he
Fine.
did this, this would be cute, but like this is weird and makes no sense to me. I think Carl is really actually trying to dig at Lauren so she'll step away from him. He's
Yeah.
like trying to push her away so she gives up on him.
And Cristina, I gotta say, Christina's kind of being a real one because she's like, what you guys doing? And Carl's like, I'm single. And
Yeah.
I get it, but also,
But like,
have you seen the twins? They are the scariest people in the world. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
okay, here's the thing. Carl hated that there was drama between like Lindsay and Cristina and Everett and all that last weekend. Like, Carl, you're creating house drama here.
You have to end it. If you're gonna move on to Jacqueline, you gotta straight up end it with Lauren.
Yeah, you got to be like, listen, Lauren, I love hanging out with you. I think it's it is great to be in a house with you, but this isn't going to go any further.
Also, I don't know what girls Carl has been dating, but any independent, strong woman is not going to just like tiptoe out as she sees you flirting with someone else, right? She's going to kill you. She's going to kill you. So
literally full-blown murder.
So the twins are out with their family. We meet Dana, the mom, and Jim, the stepdad. And the twins have 2 younger brothers and a younger sister, too.
So many siblings.
The twins have the master bedroom. No one is surprised. I assume they run the household. I assume Jim and Dana are not in the master bedroom as well. I think the twins have it. Dana, though, we find out is just as crazy as the twins are. Oh, she was showing boobs. She was forcing her twins to show boob.
Wild. I think this is hilarious, and this explains so much
stoplights
of the twins' personality and just how kind of like wild they get. But
that was awesome.
Could you imagine if your mom did that?
If my mom at a stoplight was like, flash her boob, I'd be like,
but just put one boob out. Let's see if anybody notices.
My mom would never. I'm scared. Dana also, she wants to meet the boy, Carl. And Ashley likes Carl, but doesn't want Lauren wasting her time with Carl. To which then Dana, as if not, let's just shoot Lauren while she's down, right? Ashley's a man magnet. All the men just flock to Ashley. These 2 are twins. I don't understand.
Sad.
I literally don't understand. They're twins. Why would they flash to one?
When you know one is single, like, why are you going off about the married one being able to pull all the guys?
I don't know. But Lauren makes a good point. When you're not looking, like, people are attracted to you more.
Yes. Because it's so funny she says that, because if she wasn't so crazy for Carl, I think he'd actually be into it.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Because he's into her. He just is like, whoa, like, you're suffocating me.
The relationship, because Lauren's straight up like relationship. Whereas if she was
doing?
more of like,
hey, hi,
whatever, he'd be like, hey, girl.
Yeah.
But Lauren does feel pressure to be on the same track as Ashley. And I feel this. Listen, I am 26, almost 27, and still not sure about anything. So I get it. But my parents had a kid.
Specifically with a twin, I feel like you do everything together. They literally grow up doing everything at the same time. And to not be able to do this at the same time, or like be even similar life paths on this, I think is probably really hard for her.
And the mom finds out that Carl and Lauren don't really see each other during the week, but they have fun on weekends. So Ashley says that this is kind of the tipping point. This might be the end.
I agree. You should know if a boy doesn't talk to you during the week, he's not actually interested. Yeah.
Actually, my friend is going through this where she's like, this guy only texts me on like Fridays and Saturdays, but like when we do hang out, it's fun. And I'm like, but he's got to check in on the week. You got to know what he's doing.
Yep.
Okay, so back to the bonfire. Jacqueline and Carl keep laughing about wieners. This is so child flirting.
I also think that they're just very flirty people, and they're just like messing around. This doesn't really mean it's going to lead to them like sleeping together. I think this is definitely their personalities.
It's reminded me of that movie Accepted. Ask me about my wiener.
Oh, that is such a throwback.
What a time. But Carl is Jacqueline's type. And she says out loud that she would climb him like a fucking tree, to which Carl is like, I would tree the fuck out of you.
My name is Tree.
Hello. Christina, though, seems to be the only one that's like, this is a bad idea.
She's like, I don't think the house would like this. And they're like, what does it matter?
Yeah, so we have to have a convo about rooms, right? Because everyone's here. So it's a packed house, but Kyle's not here tonight. And so Carl says that Jacqueline can sleep with him. Like, they're going to sleep together. And Christina was like, oh, I thought Lauren would sleep with you.
I thought Lauren would sleep with you. And then maybe Christina and like you and Jacqueline and maybe Christina would sleep together. You can tell Christina's being a good friend here.
She's being a good friend to Lauren. She is.
Yes.
And I'm surprised no one else is. I guess I get like Everett. But Lindsay, maybe
I guess you kind of want to stay out of it, but I'm shocked they're not like, oh yeah, that's an option too. You know, like keeping it neutral while trying to protect the interests of the house.
Yes, I do think Christina's trying to be like, hey man, maybe just like tone it down, because also I think everyone else knows that when the twins get a load of this, it's not going to go be bad for everyone.
Carl would never do this stuff if Lauren was around. If he did this stuff when Lauren was around, I don't think Christina would be saying this because she wouldn't feel like she needs to protect her because Lauren would be saying it for herself. But he's doing this stuff when she's not there. So she'll feel blindsided if they hook up tonight because she wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back at the house. It's 11:45 p.m. The twins are the only ones here. That's because everyone else is heading back from the beach. So everyone can fit in one car. Everett's in the front with the driver. Then it's Stephen and Jacqueline in the bucket seats. And then the back, it's Cristina, Carl, and Lindsay. Mm-hmm. Just so everyone can see. So Cristina and Carl are next to each other in the back, and Christina's like whispers like, hey man, Lauren wouldn't be too happy about like this whole conversation. So
probably not a good idea.
Not a great idea. But then like you should be careful what road you're going down. And then everyone else seems to like hear it and is like,
kind of like, what are you saying?
Yeah. What are you saying? So Christina's again trying to be really careful. Like, I'm just trying to give Carl some like advice about Lauren.
It's a private conversation.
It's a private conversation about whatever. And then Stephen breaks the ice and says, I did not have sexual relations with.
Well, Carl also like blows up her spot basically and is like, well, we can have a group discussion about this.
Group it. So Stephen kind of breaks it like we're talking about sexual discussion of Carl. And Cristina just says like, don't cross a workus lightly. Prepare for the wrath.
Which I think is good advice.
I think it's great advice. And then Carl gets mad and he's like, what the fuck? I'm single. I haven't done anything. Christina's a professional meddler. And it's like, what?
Okay, that is true, but also take what she has to say because
she also didn't try to meddle. You blew it up for everyone.
You're doing it all. She is not meddling. She's having a conversation with you. You're choosing to make it a public thing.
She could have easily just said, hey, like, be careful about what you're doing. And he could have just said, okay. Everyone could have been like, what are you talking about? And they could have said, nothing. It's fine. We're done. But no,
here's the problem. Like, Cristina is a meddler because Carl says, you know, the smartest person in the room is always the quietest person in the room. And that is not Cristina. And I understand what Carl's trying to say there. Like, you always get yourself involved. You're always talking. Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. But this time, I will actually defend Cristina for actually getting involved because she's giving him advice.
She's giving him good advice. She's like, hey, man, this could blow up our whole fucking summer.
Yeah. And you don't know the wrath that is about to come.
Then Everett, of course, because Everett, he gets mad at Cristina for coming at Carl. And while he's yelling, Carl gets his toe kissed by Jacqueline, which was just
so
the
fucking
worst
weird.
Thing in the world.
So
we all had to watch. And then, Carl tells Cristina to shut the fuck up. And Cristina in her interview is like, I don't know if I should tell Lauren or not.
It's kind of funny. He goes, hey, I just think, you know, like you should be quiet about some things. And here's my advice for you. And then he whispers, shut the fuck up. I did like how he did that.
Okay, but that's the end. Next time we have a party at the house. Cristina tells the twins about Carl flirting. Ashley and Everett get into a huge fight, and Everett doesn't come home.
Yikes.
Miss am not. I'm sorry. Everett could not be less fun. Speaking of which.
Oh,
fun, not fun.
Might as well just jump right in.
I gotta pick Everett. He is like my nightmare. He fights, he gets all mad because Lindsay's drunk arguing with him, but then forgets about it, but has to yell at Cristina. And then again with their winery, he's just so annoying. And now he has to yell at Cristina about this too. Just shut the fuck up. Take Carl's advice to Cristina. Shut up. Fuck up. How about that? God, you know
what? That advice Carl gave out could go to like half this house.
Everyone. Just
stop talking.
The fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. God.
Oh, right. I hate him. Okay, sorry. Next.
Not many people I feel like had a really great, like there's the neutrals who are just like there and like I'm sure having a great time, but they're not fun to watch or like just not interested.
It's whoever's not fun.
It's Lindsay. It is Lindsay all the way. She is literally apologizing, half-assed apologizing too, and trying to get something she wants. She knows exactly what she's doing. The most selfish person in this entire house. All she does is bring drama with both her roommate and her boyfriend.
God, this couple sucks. They're always not fun.
Lindsay is causing all of the drama in her life though. And then she turns around and blames it on everyone else. Like whenever she woke up next to Everett, she was like, I don't like when you say mean things about me. He called you a geek. It was a joke and you like fake slapped or punched him.
Literally.
But you were so drunk that it didn't go through. Like that's why it didn't work is because you were hammered.
Meredith, what's the worst thing you've been called? Is it a geek? Because geek honestly is a compliment.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. And then like, okay, even if you're in a fight with someone, if your roommate did get fired, like to blow her up like that is such a bitch thing.
Oh,
no wonder you and your business partner didn't work out romantically. Like, look how fucking crazy you are. And then like I would quit my job if my manager, boss, whatever, asked me to come over to their tiny ass apartment.
I'd be like, no, is it okay if I work from home? I would just rather.
Can we not? If I was Cristina, I would have been like, oh, of course they can come over and like work from your room. That's your space.
Oh my God, that's funny. You can come out here and work, but they can work in your space, which is your room.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. That's a good shade, Meredith.
Well, I mean, that's what you're basically paying for. And then the three of us split this. So,
well,
if you're not going to tell me they're coming, then yes, they can go work from your space.
That's fair. Well, tell me who's your fun.
Kyle is my fun.
Kyle's your fun.
Was skipping in that the winery through the vines. Yes, loved it. He's always having a good time. He's not playing with the drama. He's like, no, we're not uninviting someone just because you guys are having an issue. I know it's not great. He's playing with Amanda's feelings, but he is having a great time and she is having an okay time. Like it hasn't blown up yet. We're on unstable ground, but it's going weirdly well. And it doesn't seem like he's been making out with other people.
This is like, we watch a lot of teen dramas, as you know. I am shipping this. I'm shipping Amanda and Kyle. I
love it. I'm really enjoying it. So fun.
That's why
I just need
so
Kyle
mad.
To commit so it's not on an unstable ground. I don't want this to like falter. I don't want there to be problems because I cannot handle another chaotic relationship.
I can't handle another breakup. I can't
handle another chaotic relationship. We already have Lindsay and Everett and we have Carl and Lauren, and it's just like I can't do more.
I agree. Speaking of you, I think I'm gonna pick Lauren. I thought she was kind of fun this episode. Listen, I know she's a pain 90% of the time, but this time
she can have a good time though.
Yeah, she was fun out. She was comforting Cristina and like held her own. Her, Kyle, and Ashley kind of bonded over like a mess. The winery, she was fun. She great. She talked to Steven and tried to get her feelings out, and she was the one at the end that kind of rallied
in a great way, like not an annoying conversation.
So nice. Even though Carl was asleep, she was having a good time with her tits out in the pool. Tits out for the couples. We loved it.
Girly.
And now she's just chilling. She's gonna have her parents here. Her siblings are here. She's gonna have a good time. And I feel bad she's being pressured. Girl, you are in your 20s. Do your thing. Show your tits. Get your tits
And the
out
funny
there.
thing is like she was being fun and flirty, and if Carl would have at least been drinking, they would have hooked up. Like, come on. He's into it. He's just like, I don't know. He's half
tits
in.
out for the boys.
Oh.
Tits out for the boys. We love it. I love her.
I'm in.
Sometimes she's great. So I pick Lori.
I can't wait for a party at their house though next episode.
Oh, I love a good house party. To this day, I prefer house parties to bars and clubs.
Well, pandemic has really fully flipped that switch. I was already right in the middle, but we are all house parties in my I would prefer.
Love house parties. Thanks everyone for listening. Everyone go buy bird dogs and let me know if this is a thing you'd want. What else? Instagram at Vanderpasta, Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Slide into my DMs, hit me up, do whatever.
Alicia will respond.
I do. I try to. I got a lot of hits on Loverboy, and I gave a lot of people my reviews on Instagram as well.
Loved it.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. This has been nothing but joyous fun. We love it.
Bye.